What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here from Muscle Serpents Daily, and I'm in my snake room today, and we're going to be checking out some cool boas, some cool boa projects. I know I've been doing a lot of carpet stuff and a lot of ball python stuff, so we're going back to the boas today, see what's going on. I didn't see any eggs today, but I want to talk about genetics and some of the exciting projects and boas that I still do have available from not only 2018, but 19, and some even from 17. So guys, check it out. We got a beautiful windy day here in Cape Coral, Florida, and this is my hibiscus tree. I'm gonna grab this hibiscus flower and I'm gonna try to feed it to my tortoises, because tortoises love hibiscus flowers. It's like the heroin of the food supply for them. Let's see if they like it. All right, Logan and Ari are gonna feed these hibiscus flowers to the tortoises. Don't put it under the light, Logan, it's gonna dry out. Put it where we normally put the lettuce.
Right
They'll come get it on their own.
Break it out.
Are they eating it, the one you put over there?
Yes.
I don't know. It looks like he's eating something there.
He's eating it.
I think you're right, Logan. I think he's eating it. Don't touch that light. It's very hot.
It's not hot for me.
All right, we'll have to see if they munch on these, or if not. Hey, Aria Palumbo.
I caught it.
You have a tortoise there? Let me see. Look at me. Can you look at the camera? All right. What color eyes does that tortoise have?
Red.
Red. And what does that mean? What does that make it? What kind of tortoise is it?
Blue.
No, if it has red eyes, what does that mean?
Red.
What kind of tortoises have red eyes? Albinos?
Albino.
Right, that's an albino tortoise.
Yeah.
Right, turn.
Okay, no.
Is that an albino sulcata tortoise?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, we don't want to put him on there because he might jump off. Why don't you put him in Daddy's hand for a second?
No, apple.
Okay, put him in your hand. Be very gentle with him. You're petting him. Do you like the tortoises?
Yeah.
You love them, right?
No.
What do we feed the tortoises, Ari?
Lettuce.
Lettuce, right. When do we give them the lettuce?
Lettuce.
Usually in what time of the day? In the morning we give them the lettuce?
Yeah.
Do they eat it all?
In the morning.
In the morning, yeah. How old are you now?
2.
2, right. So you're 2 years old and you love tortoises, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for, can you show us the tortoise? Yeah, show us that tortoise, Ari. Yeah, okay. Very good. Thank you so much for helping us. There's my Russo red, Pastel, Hypo, het sterling female. She produced my visual Russo red Hypo sterling litter 2 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago now. She's looking very full and hopefully pregnant. She's been sitting on that hot spot, so I expect to see in the next couple of months hopefully some more really, really nice Russo red Hypo and super Hypo Pastel sterlings, which are obviously the patternless steak. I'll show you the dad. I bred her son to her this season to see if we can produce, 50% visuals. We'll see if it takes, but she's looking pretty good right now. She had her shed. I'm thinking about 90 days from now we should see some babies. Now here is my Russo red Pastel, probably super Hypo, but definitely Hypo sterling, which is, as you can see, is a patternless boa. This guy is my pick of the litter from that clutch that I had a couple years ago. And look at that red tail. There's no blood in there. I've said this before. That is just Vin Russo selectively breeding for red in the snakes for years and years and years, and then pairing it up with the solid patternless sterling gene. Obviously the Hypo helps bring out some of those reds too, but look at that tail. Wow. That is just exquisite. Really, really came out nice, this guy. So I bred him back to mama, so hopefully we're gonna produce some really nice ones like this toward the summer, and you guys can hopefully take advantage of picking up a couple of those. The prices have come down a lot on the sterlings. These are obviously above just your normal pay cut of sterling, obviously, because of all the red in them. And Once again, look at those eyes. Great eyes. This boy really came out nice, and this is his first season that I started breeding him. So hopefully we'll get some nice babies. Now, a lot of people have been asking me what the plasma boa looks like when he gets older. I've shown you some plasmas that I produced this past year, and I'm gonna go back and show you some babies that I produced in 18 that I still have yet to sell. They're still available, but the plasma is a blood boa, which is a recessive trait. It also has the Anery type 2 gene in it, which removes red. So you're putting more red in than you're taking the red out. And then obviously there's probably the hypo or super hypo in this girl as well. I've slow grown her, and she is just, I'm pretty sure she's full of babies. She's been sitting on that hot spot. I bred her to actually, she's a pure dwarf type locality. She's pretty, this is a pretty big for a dwarf, and she could live in a ball python tub if I really wanted her to. She's no bigger than a ball python, but I actually bred this girl to a paradigm blood, which is going to bring some Colombian blood into this, but I just wanted to see, I wanted to bring out that blood gene. I wanted to bring out the, I wanted to put the blood gene with the hypo together, and then I wanted to produce parahets. So I think we're going to produce some really nice babies from this girl. Once again, she's really nice and full right here. You can see her skin like stretching, the scale stretching out here. Hopefully we'll get a nice litter from her. I would think in the next 35 to 40 days. I kind of missed the shed, so I don't have the exact time frame, but I kind of know pretty much when she's going to give birth. But that's what a plasma looks like. Once again, you can look at the tail. That's how I could always tell by the tail. That would be crazy red right now if there wasn't the Anery or aneuphoristic gene in there that removes the red. And what a nice combination. I'll show you some small ones now. So that was a 2017 female I produced. That was 3 years ago. So now I also have a litter that I repeated that same litter the following year, and I have a 2018 litter that I still have some babies available from. I'm going to show you what the plasma 2018 looks like. You'll see she's a little on the, she's got a little bit more red in her than the other one does. The other one was a little, I guess you could say grayer, and I think that's because she's probably super hypo. I think this one is probably hypo. Let's take a look. All right. This is the, once again, blood, Anery type 2, hypo. I don't know if, I mean, she's pretty patternless. She's I would say that, I would almost say that she's also super hypo. She's got more reds in her though. She's not quite as gray as the other one, but she's got that, you know, really nice, kind of like someone sucked the blood out of her. She's blood, but no blood. And she's got the black eyes. That's from the blood gene, obviously. And she would be super red right now if she didn't have that Anery gene in her as well. So this is a double recessive, probably with one copy of the hypo gene. The father was a super hypo, had blood, had Anery. The mother was a hypo blood, had Anery. Once again, that Anery gene removing the red pigments, but not all of them. There's still like a little bit of red, and this could be because maybe this one is a super hypo. Because look at the, you know, the pattern is kind of really stretched out, and that's from the hypo gene doing that. I mean, blood does mess with the pattern a little bit, but it's almost erased. Now, Vin Russo produced in, you know, his bloods. He's got what he calls this disappearing pattern gene that he thinks is in there. So I've noticed that when I breed my bloods that I got from him, I get these bloods that have like almost no pattern, or it actually looks like someone's erased the pattern. It like it's faded. Like I said, if this was just pure blood right now, this would be seriously red. But you can see it's like, it almost has like a pinkish look to it, like someone pulled out most of the red, and that's that Anery gene doing that. So here's a great female, well started, probably could even possibly breed this coming next season. You start really feeding her pretty well. I have a male too that's in shed. So these plasmas are available. I have 2 of them only left. You can hit me up if you're interested. Now here's a ghost. This is a Hypo Anery, okay? And look at that eye difference with no blood gene. This is 100% het blood, but look at that eye. If it had blood gene, it would be a black eye, right? We know that. This eye is like almost like a silver eye. Look at that. The daddy had that as well. So that is a really, really nice looking snake too. I'm surprised this one hasn't gone. I gotta put more new pictures up of it on. This is a male. And great looking tail. Once again, this is a ghost, a Hypo Anery type 2, 100% het blood. This is a female ghost. She's a real, I think that she's a super ghost. So this would be a super Hypo Anery type 2. Also with that same cool eye. I don't know if we can get it in there. Yeah, there we go. But she's lighter, and that's because she's super Hypo. I would bet the bank on that. Once again, 100% het blood. How do you know the blood gene's not in there? Because the eye is not black. The plasmas had the black eyes, and that's how we know that the blood gene's in there. But I would call this one absolutely a super Hypo Anery, which we'd call a super ghost, 100% het blood. This female is available, well started. Once again, these are 18, so you guys have a real big head start if you pick these guys up. You don't have to wait, get them eating, build them up. These are dwarf boas. These are pure locality dwarf boas too. They have not been bred into any Colombian blood. They're going to stay small. They'll live their whole life in a ball python tub for sure. I wanted to show you this guy, okay? This is awesomeness at its best. This is IMG Anery. This is type 1 Anery because it's a Colombian line. This is a Colombian boa. It's going to get much bigger. This is not a dwarf boa. It's also 100% het albino. That's KAHL albino. Now, this is a 2019. This snake, okay, which is not even a year old, is bigger than the 2018, okay, I just showed you. Plasma and the other ones. Why? This just goes to show you. And I slow grow these guys because the dwarf locality stays small. This girl is growing, you know, really fast now, and she's getting darker and darker as she goes. And you've seen, maybe if you follow my videos, you've seen her. She had almost no black on her. A little bit of speckling on the head when I first got her. Her whole body is almost completely black now. And it's that combination of that Anery and the IMG gene together really, really work well to do that. I suspect she'll probably be completely black within the next 6 months to a year. So, but I'm just showing you for, and look at that great eye. What an eye that is. That's an awesome eye. And I'm showing you this just for comparison in size. There's a difference. Okay, if you want a snake that stays small, you get the dwarf localities, the super dwarf localities, like I showed you. Those blood, Anery 2, Hypo genes from Central America, those snakes stay small. This is a Colombian, okay, pure Colombian. This is going to get big, okay? It's going to get to the full size of a boa that you normally see, you know, however big that is, 6, 8 feet, you know, something around there, but it's going to get nice and girthy. It's going to need a much bigger cage. And since we're looking at black boas and dark boas, here's my Eclipse het albino, and this is a leopard, which is a recessive, okay, combined with the motley gene, which gives you that solid black snake. That's called the Eclipse, and this is also 100% het albino. This little girl I held back, she was the only female in the clutch, so I'm going to be keeping her. But I have some males available for you guys, and actually someone just inquired today, so we don't have that many males available, but I'm going to let's take a look and see what we got here. There's a beautiful male right there with, oh, look at the iridescence on that. And this isn't my silly snake room with the terrible lights. Look at the iridescence on that, and that's because of that darkness to it. Really well, this guy will definitely breed the coming season, for sure. I have this guy available. I have this one available who's in very deep shed. Still looks really nice. See those eyes? Yep. And I have, oh, there's another guy in really deep shed. So I got these three guys. Oh, wait, I have one more. This might be the one I sold though. I don't want to show them because then everyone will want this one. But, so I got 4. I produced a lot of eclipses. They're all, once again, 100% het albino. And I think that, you know, if you guys are looking to get into any kind of leopard projects or anything that with a solid, you know, patternless look to it, this guy's great. Once again, if you could breed this into albino, and you're going to get some great, great stuff. Just for those of you guys who are wondering, I have my albino leopard here. She started off like, I didn't know she was going to make it when she first was born. She was really weak. And she's blossoming. She's going to be moved to a bigger tub. That's an albino leopard. That's a double visual, double recessive. And she's just, look at that head. Look how nice the coloring is on that head. So she's been putting on size nice and slowly. She finally had, it took her a whole year to get out of that vulnerable stage. And now she's really starting to blossom. But she was, you know, touch and go, in the sense that she just looked weak, you know, and then she just slowly but surely, through very small meal feedings, she built up her strength, and she's that's the deal with boas. You got to really baby them when they're small. You cannot overfeed them, especially the leopards. They will definitely regurgitate, and then they do not. And a lot of times they go right downhill from there. So you got to really slow feed these. I fed them crawly, like little crawler mice. And then went to hoppers, and they're still basically on hoppers. They're a little bit bigger than hoppers now, but that's all I feed them, because you don't want them regurgitating because they go downhill fast. So this project, this is, once again, you can combine this. I will probably breed this girl to maybe an eclipse male and produce some really cool stuff. Albino eclipses. I actually produced a few albino eclipses. They didn't make it this year. I don't know. They seemed a little weak, and you know, maybe I didn't baby them enough. I don't know. But I haven't had that many luck, or that much luck, I should say, with albino eclipses, which is the leopard motley albino. Some people call them sun eclipses. I've seen other people who have overseas. They've had some really good luck. So the gene is good. I think I just, you know, had some bad luck with them. That's all. You know. Albinos in general tend to be a little weaker, and you have to really baby them, and sometimes they just don't make it, you know, and that's why there's not a ridiculous amount of them around. But this girl made it. You know, I babied her up and fed her really slowly. I think I had to assist feed her initially, and that's why I wasn't sure if she was going to make it, but she did it. She's looking great. And for those of you who don't maybe want to spend as much money on getting these, like, you know, more expensive, like, you know, eclipse, you know, het albinos, because they are a lot more expensive, you can go with the double hets. This is a double het albino leopard. So you could produce that snake I just showed you if you're lucky, and you breed 2 of these together. This is a male. Gorgeous coloring. It's definitely, the het leopard is definitely visual. A lot of people say it's really incomplete dominant because you can see it in its het form, and really the homozygous form, which is the leopard, is really just a super form of the incomplete dominant. Now, I don't know. I guess we can debate that all day long. It doesn't really matter. To see that crazy leopard pattern, though, you got to have the super form, so, or the homozygous 2-copy form. This is double het albino leopard. I have another one right here. 2 really, really nice males available. Hit me up. I actually have I forgot about this guy. I have a leopard. It's het albino male too, if you guys are interested. Look at that head. Look at the head. Look at the red. Leopard hides red in it. When you strip away some of that darkness, like with the albino gene, you see all those beautiful reds in it. The hypo gene mixed with the leopard will also do the same thing to a certain degree, except you won't get rid of all the blacks, but you'll expose more of that red. But look at that head. That is a visual leopard, homozygous form of it, with the that's 100% het for albino. He is also available, this guy. I'm going to end today's video showing you this scoria female who's in really deep shed, unfortunately. But I produced a bunch of these. These are scorias that are 100% het blood and 100% para het. Also, I call them 100% paradigm blood, because that's what they are. The father was a paradigm blood, which is a paradigm is that in between sharp albino and BOA woman caramel. So you get one copy of each of those. You produce this paradigm creamy intermediate, okay? And then the blood gene is also a recessive. So I bred a paradigm blood to my scoria female. I produced this scoria. Look at that unbelievable coloration in this snake. You got the eyes. The eyes are in shit. And so she's 100% het blood. She's also, once again, para-het, which means that we don't know if she's carrying the gene for sharp albino or BOA woman caramel. It's one or the other, definitively. So it's a coin toss of what you're going to get, but you can produce some really, really nice babies. These are world's first. I have a bunch of them. One went to my good friend Doug, and I'm letting one more go. I believe it's going to be this girl right here. If anyone is interested, you can contact me. I'm going to put her up probably on Morph Market, and we'll go from there. But this is a really, really great project to be involved in. Can you imagine what a paradigm blood scoria is going to look like? How much red is going to be in that thing? Oh my God. Just a reminder, that's a paradigm blood. So imagine that coloring mixed with that scoria at some future date. I think we're going to have something spectacular. That's the goal. Even just getting one of the two, even if you just hit blood scoria is going to be great, or paradigm scoria. But imagine both. Oof, it's going to be epic. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. And I am here with, this is a 2017 Paradigm 66% het blood, which I would almost guarantee is probably het blood. Look at that, those aberrant saddles right there. This boy, I don't know how he snuck through. He's still available. You guys want to get into the Paradigm blood project, and you want a male that's breeder ready? I mean, this guy's ready to go. I mean, he could have been proven out. Look at that eye. Let me show you that eye. That is the Paradigm eye. It is just exquisite. I mean, I love that eye. It is like really, really light tan, and it's got some dark brown going through it. These paradigms are so awesome. And obviously I have a paradigm blood that's visual blood. That's my male. That's why I didn't keep this guy back. But he slipped through the cracks. I sold all the 17s, you know, and then he's still just hanging around. So someone is going to have the advantage of getting a really, really nice steak. And I'll make you guys a real nice deal since he's still left. And, you know, like I said, I showed you some of the cool stuff that I got going on in the BOA projects, in the dwarf realm. And then also I snuck in that one little Colombian. But we're going to talk about Colombian, you know, combinations, and we're going to talk about paradigm blood stuff in a later video. But I wanted to just show this guy because I think he's so exquisite. And once again, he is available. I like to make, a lot of times people don't even know what I got, and I forget sometimes some of the great stuff I do have. But check him out. If you have questions on BOAs or BOA breeding, like I said, if you feel free to hit me up anytime. I'm pretty, open to answering questions if I can answer them, and if not, I'll refer you to someone who maybe can answer them. But there's a lot of exciting stuff happening in the BOA world now, and this is a good time to be involved in BOA projects. There's not a million people doing it like the ball pythons, which is way super competitive. And there's a lot of room for creativity in the BOA world because there's a lot of stuff that still hasn't been made yet, and that's what intrigues me, and that's the exciting thing. And I just love BOAs. Everyone who breeds ball pythons will tell you the colors and the patterns are amazing, but they have no personalities, really. I mean, they just roll up in a ball. BOAs have the greatest personality. BOAs and carpet pythons have just awesome personalities. As far as snakes that are not super big. Now, I personally like Burms the best. I think Burmese pythons are the greatest pets, but they're big. You have to have room to house them. They're super big. So that's it for today. It was BOA day here on this Friday. I know I haven't been getting as many videos as I would like per week. I'm trying to get at least 3 up per week now, just to keep you guys to keep it as a daily vlog, even though it's not really daily anymore. But I'd rather put up some quality stuff than just put out me picking my nose and going into the toilet bowl. I don't. You guys might find that interesting, but I don't know. I don't. So I try to do stuff that I find interesting too. All right, guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, click the like button. Turn on your notifications, and I will see you back possibly this weekend, definitely Monday morning. Say bye to everyone. That's very nice pet. You want to say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye.